filling up my pockets with my stuff that I can't leave the house without. Phone, money, mini Bible. Mini Bible. Yeah, I always show my mini Bible whenever I talk about it. It's cool. It looks like a school locker, right? It's got Proverbs and Psalms in it. It's charged, of course. I charge everything. And I have a small weapon that I always carry. I'm talking to Nia. I'm like, fucking, they're using machine guns out here now. I don't know what this is gonna help. These ends are using machine guns. Of course, I'm just shortening the word for YouTube's sake, and not for mine. I can't stop saying it these days. I was never like that. I was never like any of this. This happened. This happened over time. You just look at more of the world, and then I did some research on that group that kind of put my wig up that I can't really. I don't even know I could talk about it here. But that aside, just watching the world through media around here, you're like, oh, we can't fix this. No matter what we do, nothing's going to fix this. The Prime Directive has been broken. Pandora's box has been opened. There's all you can do is try to keep your family safe and the people around you safe, and give a lot of space. A lot of space, But on the other hand, too, it is a good thing because stuff has to come down. It has to fall apart. It's all Satan. It's Satan's fucking land. There's no rallying back and saving it from what, There's nothing you could do that would bring back the idyllic world, our parents lived in, or people always say, it's alt-right to think that 50s were nice. They were nice. Look at this picture. I mean, it's not what's there. It's what's not there. Yeah, people will get upset with you. Some people will on social media. Like when you post pictures from the 50s and say, look at how great this was. Look how you're racist. It's like, why is it racist to want to have a safe society where no one's running around having machine gun battles in the middle of the street like we had here the other night? And it's, you could see who's doing it on the fucking video, but you knew without even having to see it. These fucking idiots around here. They're fucking, it's a deeply blue state, which is kind of weird because it's it's a conquered area. It's odd that it would be so blue, but there's a complicated history here with Hawaii and its occupation, and it's still being occupied. There's an occupation. They never ratified any of the shit that made this a part of the United States. It really isn't. It's Kingdom of Hawaii. And they just took advantage of those people. They took advantage of the people since they came here. And there's a lot of parallels between who used to be the Hawaiians that used to be here that, they're not here anymore. There's really no Hawaiian people. A lot of people claim to be Hawaiian. Everyone at McDonald's will tell you they're Hawaiian, but they're not. Maybe there's some blood somewhere, but nah. And there's a lot of parallels with what the beast did here and what he did where my people are from, Ireland. It was the same kind of scenario, really. It's just different results, because, in Ireland, they're like, no, fuck you, get out of here. They were a little bit more hip to what the British Empire was, though. These people didn't even know what they were looking at. I mean, they might as well have been a fucking spaceship. They'd never seen anything like this. So they were a lot easier to manipulate and overwhelm. And they did. And then they never stopped doing it. And they still do it now, to some extent. Up into including throwing them off their own island during COVID. I've gone into how that happened. And then they replaced them with the machine gunners we have here now. It's too bad. I just got to keep my eyes open, you know, but I'm always like that. I've always kept my eyes open. COVID was awesome here. The lockdowns were great. No crowds. I got around much easier. I mean, it didn't last all that long. I have fond nostalgic memories of the lockdowns, but it was only, I mean, maybe a couple months before the crowds started showing up again. They're gonna close the airports. I mean, after the initial like week or something, when they said we had to stay in the houses for 2 days, and it was 2 weeks. The hardest part of those 2 weeks for me was the 2 years. So they get everybody locked in their houses, knowing everybody's afraid to go out. I, of course, am not, because I know what the shit is. I know what they're doing. It's pattern recognition. A lot of us can see this. We saw it coming before it came. Not the thing, not the event. We saw it after the event that they were going to introduce, you know, the cure like they did with ACT and AIDS in the fucking 80s. Same doctor too, Dr. Fauci. This is why our numbers are so low. I'm supposed to talk about this stuff. I try to couch these kind of things in a bunch of fucking crazy shit though too, so I don't know. I don't think it helps though. But yeah, the crowds came back pretty quick. I mean, it's what prompted me to start actually coming out and filming outside. I had a lot of videos just in the bathroom, these breakthrough things, like I'd have these realizations. I was getting a lot of downloads at that point in time, around 2020, and I have these, what I would call found information, and it's found within you, like because like I've said many times, the answers to all the questions and the questions themselves are inside you. They're written on your DNA like a code, just like God's name is. So the way you can get this stuff out, some people get it through meditation. I can't meditate. I get a lot of it in the shower, I noticed. You know, a lot of it comes to me in the shower. But it would be great if I could meditate, but I just don't have the attention. Like I just get too anxiety ridden about what's going on around me, or I forgot something, or I'm thinking of something, or I'm going to try to meditate again. I just have to turn this off and make sure the sink is off. It's fucking weird. Like I have a hard time meditating. So I get it in the shower. I also get it when I'm in that half between sleep and between awake thing, the Salvador Dali time. Excuse me. I call it that because when one of the times I was in the Nut Hut, we had doctors would come, different doctors, like medical students that would come and talk to the nuts for like, I don't know, for whatever they were working on. So you'd see a bunch of them in one day. And one guy was telling me how Salvador Dali, what he would do is he would be in between that sleep in awake zone, and he would want to stay in there because he would get like he would get inspiration there in that zone. So what he would do is he would sit in a chair when he was tired with a spoon, so it would wake him up. If he heard the spoon hit the ground, he would know that he fell asleep, because he's trying not to fall asleep. He's trying to stay in that middle place. That middle place is when your body's kind of coming out of your body, because it's being removed for sleep. You know, they can't have you in there during sleep, because whatever processes they have to do, which I think is all in service of tethering you to this 3D environment, re-upping your attention to here, because you know that if you don't have your attention on, or like if you see people on drugs or something, they stay awake for days at a time, they start hallucinating. That's not coming from their brain. They're just seeing other dimensions, other frequencies. Talking about fucking 10 things at once. But yeah, so when you're in that in-between space, you know, when you're floating there and your body's still connected, you experience a lot of stuff. And it's weird because it reminds me of like all the problems that they've been having with planes and people having demonic kind of attacks on planes. It's always when the plane is going up or coming down. It reminds me of when those things happen the most is when you're going up away from your body or when you're about to come into it. You're coming down. Because that's when people have those, what are they called? Where they wake up but they still can't move. Another common thing, I can't remember. But they have these episodes where like they wake up and think there's someone in the room. It has a name, you know what I'm talking about. It's very common. Everyone knows what it is, but I can't fucking summon it in my head right now because that's fucking how it is, I guess. Whatever, fuck me. But yeah, it's when you're leaving the body to go up or when you're coming back to the body to wake up. A lot of times you might just jump up and grab the bed because you feel like you're falling. That feeling is just the feeling of you going back in the body. And sometimes it's really strong and sometimes people pick up on it and that's why you grab the sides of your bed. Like, oh fuck. And it's like, no, that's just fucking you coming back in the body. All that shit. Now, plane travel, right? There's something going on with plane travel. I don't know what it is. I've seen other people hypothesize about it, put forth theories. But they all kind of, out of all these plane theory guys, I mean, planes don't carry jet fuel. It's all bullshit. You know, there's no fucking gasoline sloshing around in the wings. It's fucking retarded. You'd have explosions every time a fucking plane took off. They're flying in a way that we're unaware of how they're flying. And some of these guys are saying you don't even really move. What happens is when you get in a plane, there's something metaphysical is going on, how they transport people. Most of the planes you see in the sky, and that's another thing they're saying, are holographic. They're not real. So when you see a plane flying high and you go, hey, there's a plane, it's just a hologram. It's a holographic projection. And when you get on these planes, now this is only for big airliners. This isn't for private jets or Cessnas, but you can get in a plane and take off at a local airport and fly somewhere. I'm talking the passenger planes, the big ones or the medium-sized ones. It's the only ones they have problems in with this kind of demon attack shit. So like it's a thing of going up and coming down. Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. It's because there's a metaphysical shift. Maybe you're moving through a frequency space like you do when you're leaving your body during sleep. You're leaving the regular ground, and ground is man's. The heavens are God's. The air is Satan. That's his area. So that's why I think, well, it's not just me. There's something going on with plane travel where you're moving dimensionally through somewhere, and it's always been that way. That's how they travel. These people are having demonic experiences there, always during takeoff or during landing, all the time. So it's that in-between place when you're traveling, just like the in-between place when you're sleeping and and you're awake. You're moving through the dimensional frequencies, and that's when things can latch onto you and you're susceptible to how things jump onto you. Hopefully I don't get machine gunned tonight. What a stupid thing to have to think about, though. We never had we never had to think about that kind of thing here because we never had the people here that would do that. So now you bring them here, and now we have that. And everything else, all the extra bullshit. Spiking violence, spiking homicide, graffiti, just constant fighting, fucking trouble all the time. Just looking for trouble, making trouble. fucking blows. But whatever, you gotta fucking just roll with it. So what are you gonna do? No, I'm good, man. Thanks.
What's up to the vlog?
Ciao, man. So, yeah, that's one good thing. If you smoke weed around here and you're out, you just go walk around. Someone eventually will come up to you and ask you if you want to buy some. I haven't smoked weed in a while. Not to get off the fucking plane thing. What did we say? I covered the whole plane thing. There's something about going up and coming down where your body's moving through dimensional planes. It ties into the idea that plane travel is not what we think it is, blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. Weed, weed when I was younger, I'd hear like a lot of older dudes say like, I can't smoke. It makes me paranoid and stuff. And I'd be like, what are they talking about? Like, what is that? I wonder what that's like, Now that I am older, I know exactly what it's like. With me, it's like I don't necessarily become paranoid. I just start, I start going over old shit. I start legislating, negotiating older problems I used to have. Like real bizarre stuff. Like, like that night I was at the gig. Why did I say that to that person? And I'll catch myself like, what the fuck? Why are you thinking about this stuff? So it makes your mind wander, or makes my mind wander to weird places. And overall, it's not, the bad start to outweigh the good. So I had to stop doing that. I mean, I'm not a pussy about it. Like if one of my friends drops by, and I haven't seen him in a while, and he lights up, but I'm gonna smoke with him, of course. But I don't go out on my own and look for it. Well, I never really had to do that. It comes to me. Weed is so everywhere here, it will come to you, Like, I don't even mean like that guy in the street back there, but although you can do that, everyone just always knows someone who knows someone, or there's some friends at workplaces, or, we just always come across my transom without even really having to look for it. Yeah, I'm going to the Ross. I have to check every day. The nature of how they stock their shelves there, like they put in there's no day. Like a lot of stores, how like Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day they do for restocking. Ross just like they randomly put stuff out, and because of that, there's other collectors in the area, and we're always checking in there. So if you don't hit it at the right time, I should ask them. I would never ask that, but there are people that would be like, hey, do you have anything out back? I've never been that guy. I'm not about to start being that guy. Oh, it just feels kind of cheesy. I'd be like you're asking them to do a favor for you. Some people have no shame and will do that. I'm the opposite. I think if someone's trying to do a favor for me, I feel fucking weird, and I stop going to your store. I don't understand fucking tax in Hawaii. I'm always stumped by it. Like I just bought something for $7.99, but when I get to the counter, I know what happened. I bought a shopping bag too, because I'm like, why is it so much? And he always has to explain the tax to me. I don't know what the percentage is, but it seems pretty high, because I'm not the greatest mathematician, but a lot of times I'll be in places here and I'll do the math in my head, and I get up to the counter and it's like, shit, do I have enough to cover that? That's a me problem though. That's a singular problem that I have. It's no problem in yours. Friday night up here. Usually one of the busiest nights, Friday night, Saturday night, usually busy. I'm not going up to Kalakaua tonight because I'm doing just getting something at Target and going home. But yeah, I gotta go back to making those night patrols, especially since they're blowing off machine guns up there now. I definitely want to be around for that. That'd be a totally stupid way to die though. And like it makes you angry, but yeah, I gotta remember who to be angry at. Klaus Schwab. The WEF. They're the people that are pushing this integration thing. This melting pot. Because the way it is now, you know, you have people on one end of the spectrum that have a certain intelligence and capability. They're afraid of those people. So they take people from third world countries that have a certain intelligence and capability, they mash them together. And they're hoping in a couple of generations you have a lot less of the high end, and the low end will meet it in the middle, and then you'll have some amalgamation. So, man, you'll have some easier to rule over group of people. That's what it's all about. Because they absolutely control pretty much everyone, every other group except the white men. So that's their only, that's the only people they're afraid of, you know. So a way to get rid of them is to, you know, breed them out. So this is the, what's that, calorie plan? Sounds like a fucking, I gotta get out of here. I'm fucking gotta get out of here. I can't be in those herds. I get in those herds and it's like, oh my God, I start getting vertigo. I'm gonna go right across here. Calgary plaid. It's like a Klingon thing. What it is basically, it's just replacement. Even though they say like replacement theory is like it's an alt-right thing. Of course it is. Anything they don't like or anything that's anti-beast. I'm just gonna go this way because there's a whole line over there. Anything anti-beast. If you talk about it, you know, you're the bad man. Whatever, it's fine. But the yeah, I try to keep my derision for Klaus Schwab because it's not these poor people's fault. Well, slipped up there. It's not these poor people's fault. They're just being used, you know, biological weapons, you know. And you know, you look at some of the stuff and you're like, well, generations. So they're expecting. That's a long time. They're looking to dilute all these people because when is this plan going to come together? Well, to them, it doesn't matter the time because, as in my opinion, they operate outside of time as we know it. Time isn't a factor to them because they can step out of this area. And all it really takes is fast enough speed, liquid mercury, and you got to spin it. And Huan Purple has to be on or around anything you want to move. Move out of here. That's how those flying saucers kind of fly. The reason they're all round is, not all of them, but the reason a lot of them are round is because they got to spin that mercury to get it fast enough to be able to leave this this dimensional area. So to them, they just bop in and out of the line when they want, you know, because evil men don't do long-term plans. You know, evil men want to see the results of what they're doing in their lifetime. They're not the type to plant a tree and say, one day this will flourish when I'm not here. No, they want to see things happen here. So it wouldn't happen any other way. When they're not bound by time, you know, then it doesn't fucking matter. So I want to go to Target. I want to get some ice cream, but it's probably jammed in there. Oh my God! I could go to the corner store near me. I'm gonna see how it is. I'm gonna brave it. Be right back. Once again, leaving via the mall. Pretty quiet night here tonight. Yeah, people will block the escalator when I'm trying to go down. They come up here, you go all right here, right? But they don't. They come up here and they go right here. So it's like, yeah, it's only something I noticed. Other people would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because they're not as aware as I am. Or at all. Slightly. It sucks, man. Sometimes being like the only person like that's has the on switch switched on in your general area at all times. It sucks, you know. It's like I mean, I'm glad God has seen fit to bless me with the ability to be aware of what's happening, and also sight, and also super reflexes. That's all cool. Yeah, the super reflexes thing, I talked about that. I talked about how Charles Carroll says he has them too. It's weird. It's like a joke, you know. I always tell me, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, super reflexes. I used to be really clumsy and drop stuff, and since the time I kind of connected with God again, I just have these fucking crazy reflexes. If something falls, I grab it. Something goes near me, I grab it. And I started to think about those old questionnaires they'd give you in the nut hut, or your therapist would give you. You have to make them out. They're kind of wellness things. If you're in the mental health system, you get these forms you have to fill out. It's kind of like a wellness thing, because the only way they can really treat you when it comes to mental health, doctors only have two things. It's observation and patient information, like patient telling them what's up, patient feedback. That's all they have. All the medications that are involved are mainly just throwing shit against you to try to get you to... It's like, stand over there and walk toward me. All right, try Seroquel. All right, try this, try that. And when you slow down and then lay down and go to sleep, that's success. It's like, yeah, but he's sleeping 20 hours a day. Yeah, but he's not talking about Sandy Hook, right? Success. So, and the questionnaire always ends with, do you think you have superpowers? And I used to be like, what the fuck kind of question is that? Before I understood how everything is working. And like, I used to make jokes about it with Nia, and then Charles Carroll one day on his stream, just jokingly too, he's like, yeah, I developed like these super speed reflexes, I don't know why. So it's something, you know, because he's having the same thing happen to him. And he was saying it as kind of like a joke, but, you know, he was saying it. I mean, I was joking about it too until I saw him say it, and I'm like, what the fuck? What is that? I should poke around with people more. Those of us that are, I hate the term like chosen ones or awakened, it's just so gay. I see all these people on YouTube like, if you're a chosen one, God wants me to give you this message. No, God doesn't need to talk to Laser Pants 101 to give you a message. He's going to bypass Laser Pants 101 and just tell you himself in the way that he does, in the way that God talks to people. I'd like to see if other people like me and like us, a lot of us here, that have been like activated in the spiritual war and are currently on the radar, marked as a player, have these weird kind of things happen to them too. I never really tested it. Like, I don't know how you would. It's just something that just has been happening to me. You know, I'll be in the bathroom, something will fall off a shelf, and it's like it's in my hand. It's like a thought. Like I don't even think about it. Like I just have it, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? And then the more I thought about it and looked at it and kind of read into it, what it is, I think, is it's like when you're in your energy form, your real true form that doesn't have a body, you're just energy. People say, like those who have been on like DMT trips or near-death experiences, or people that have been on the other side in that world where you're just in your energy state, as well as dreams too. Like if you see an apple tree, even in your dreams, it works the same way, because you're in your body, your spirit form, your energy form. You don't have to go over there and like struggle with it and pull it down. You just kind of think about it and you have it in your hand. That's how it all works, you know. So it's like, if I feel like that has something to do with that. There we go. Did I burn myself? I smell like burned hair. What the fuck is that? I can smell it right now. Like something's burning. Is it burning somewhere? I was getting really weird fucking static on that corner there. I don't know if it was a guy. It might have been somebody over there. But I was getting really weird, kind of, I don't know, static. I don't know how else to explain it. That's why, like, it happens on the bus, you know. I used to take the bus everywhere. I used to go, like, every day I'd go to Chinatown. So I have friends that live down there. I don't anymore, though. I have a couple, but no one I hang out with on a regular basis. So I don't really take the bus down there anymore. But Nia can't be on a bus with me because she can't take it when I have to go into my fucking Qui-Gon Jinn meditation form to disassociate myself from the bus. Because what it is it's like I get that, like what that happened back there on that sidewalk. I get that coming from all over, and I'm in like a tin can. So I'm guessing like it's frequency. It's all frequency. It's all we have here. It's bouncing off the inside of this fucking can. All it takes is a couple people with strong emotions or strong feelings, maybe somebody really mad. It's never, that won't happen with positive emotions. Like if you go into a place, right, and everybody's happy, either you don't feel it or you feel good. If you go into a place where there are people pissed off or on drugs or fucked up, it's negative emotion, you're gonna feel it. It's gonna fucking frazzle you. You know, that's another thing I wonder what everybody else feels about that. It's gotten to the, like with me, I can't take the bus anymore. Cause like, it's like I'm under attack from the whole thing. And yeah, I end up just closing my eyes and like, I do the fucking Qui-Gon Jinn when he's fighting fucking Darth Maul. And they're, the laser doors. In the middle of the fight, he gets down on his fucking knees and starts meditating. It's fucking badass. Probably the best scene in the movie. But I get like that because I have to disassociate. You have to get out of there. And it drives me nuts. She's like, I'm never taking the bus with you again. That started happening after the 2017, 2018, when all this started. It started with the demonic entities interacting. And a long time not knowing what they are, and then figuring out what they are, freaking out and going to God. And God's like, yeah, I've been here the whole time. Come on in, I miss you. And I missed him too, you know. When I was a very young kid, I used to be really big into it. Some of the church stuff would scare me, but I would hold mass in my head. It was really weird. And then as time went on, you know, I detached from it for a lot of reasons. You know, bad, fucked up shit happens to you, and you think, oh well, there can't be any God. I was deluded, and that's what the world wants you to do, and I think that's why they abuse a lot of people. They get the kids when they're young, right? The ones that they think have the shine. Can you draw this turtle? Enter a contest, and you can win. I did all that art, so not that specific one. But I was in the Great Artists of America book. I got newspaper stories. When I was a little kid, the newspaper was huge back then. And after that is when I remember all the gate stuff and all the weird stuff. And years after that, I just wasn't into God anymore. And I was desperately putting the pounds on. I'd go to eat with my parents and I'd eat fucking 2 meals. My dad would be like, oh yeah, he's going to be a football player. I didn't know why I was doing it then. I just fucking thought I was extra hungry. I was trying to make myself unappealing, I guess. Because I didn't understand that I was getting that negative attention because of what I was. I thought it was just a physical thing. Like I was too cute. Yeah, this isn't something that I want to get into when I'm just showing up. That's the thing about my videos too a lot. Like, there's good shit in there, you know, but I gotta get going first. The best part of almost every fucking video, and I think about this as I'm editing them, like, the last third is where all the good shit is. And the first 2/3 is me complaining about fucking Visa cards. I gotta fix that. I gotta do something about that. But that's, again, it's a me problem. It's not a you problem. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate it. Till next time we meet, don't blame the teacher, blame the school.